See, this is the secret of people who have 5.0 and first class. You cannot. Here's the thing, as a student, I had these issues myself. For certain courses, mostly theoretical courses, I had issues understanding them and getting them into my brain for so many reasons. But now, having been a lecturer for so many years, close to 7 years now, I understand where I was making all the mistakes. And so I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide on how you can study effectively or study better today. So here's the thing. The first thing is that you need to open up your mind. The first thing in understanding a course or getting knowledge is that your mind opens up. If your mind does not open up, you cannot do much. If your mind does not open up, nothing can go into your brain. Everything, anything, every single thing happens in your brain, in your mind. The second thing you need to do is to understand that knowledge is a process. There is no knowledge that you can just pour into your head and just expect it to stay just like that. First of all, let me tell you how the brain works. The brain has two major parts when it comes to storing information. There's the hippocampus and there's the neocortex. So one functions like in computers, the random access memory, the RAM, which is like for short-term memory. That's the hippocampus. The one for long-term memory, which is the read-only memory, is the neocortex. That is for long-term memory. It keeps long-term memory. So the hippocampus now is only able to keep a few amount of storage of memory or knowledge, and it is only for knowledge that it is just receiving into your brain, that you are just putting into your brain. So here's the thing, the way it works is that when you're receiving new knowledge, it goes into your hippocampus. Your hippocampus does it, but you can't do much with it after, because it's just for short-term memory. But what you now need to do to the knowledge that you have studied in your hippocampus is to engage with it more. When you engage with it more, then you can go to your neocortex. Your neurons will fire in your brain, fire into your neocortex, fire into your neocortex. And when it fires even more, this memory stays in your neocortex. It holds it there, and it's the kind of knowledge that they wake you up from sleep and you wake up and you be saying it. Just the same way you can wear a clothes without anybody teaching you again. You can wear slippers without anybody teaching you. There was a time they taught you, but now nobody has to teach you because it's now stored in your neocortex. So it's that easy. So now, how do you now relate that to studying? So when you are studying, understand that you can't just pile up knowledge into your head at once. No. So don't read a day before exam. That one is out of it. Don't read a particular course that you should have studied for the whole semester one day before exam. Please, no. I usually take it this way. Reading should be about 20 to 30%. Extracurricular activities should be about 50%, because that way you're able to relate what you have read with those extracurricular activities. You're able to engage your mind. You're able to exercise your brain. It helps your brain to store memory even better. Then sleeping should take about also, let's say, 20 to 30%. So everything makes 100% that way, with reading and sleeping sharing almost the same percentage, because many times after you've read something and you've engaged your brain in something, when you're sleeping, your neocortex is now able to hold onto that knowledge even more. So what we need to do is to get the knowledge into our neocortex and get it to hold even better into the neocortex. It takes me to my next point: engage. So now I'm following an acronym of opens up. I hope you have observed that. First of all, open your mind up. P, process. E, engage. Engage in your classes. Engage with your lecturer. Engage with your fellow students. Engage with assignments, classwork. Make sure you're listening attentively in classes. Make sure you are asking questions. Make sure you understand everything in class. Next thing is note your points down. So while you are reading, of course, you are going to read. Make sure you are noting. Don't read your book as if you are reading a storybook. What are you playing? Some people, they'll be reading like this. Now say, oh, that's just how I just think my brain is able to store knowledge. No, stop it. You're deceiving yourself, because that is why you don't put in all the points in the exam. We know you don't know these points. We know that's how you read, and that's why you don't write all your points. So note down everything you are reading while you are reading. So while you read, understand what you are reading. Make sure you really digest it. Take note of all the points. Understand it, then jot it. So continue this cycle. Read, take note of the points, understand it, jot it. Read, take note of the points, understand it, jot it. Next point is to now solve questions. After you've read, you've noted things down, and then you've already understood everything. Make sure you now solve questions. So this is the secret of people who have 5.0 and first class. You cannot go into an exam hall and you have not solved all the possible questions that this course, that any course could have. You've not solved past questions. What are you playing? Past questions, solve assignments, classworks. Like, there can't be an assignment that you have not solved, and then the assignment comes out in the exam, and your excuse is that, oh, you just thought to not come out. What are you playing? Do not leave any stone unturned. Do not leave any stone unturned. So solve all assignments, solve all classwork, solve everything, solve a bold. Now, inside that solving questions, I'm going to add this. It's also very important. Solve questions and mark yourself. Make sure you mark yourself. This is very, very important. I used to do this even as a student. I would mark myself and even mark myself inside the exam hall. So mark yourself. Try to make sure you are very honest with yourself when you mark yourself. If you can even get the marks that are allotted by the lecturer, maybe for the exam, if the exam questions have the marks allotted by the side, that would even be better. So you can mark, what you mark your points. Just be very, very, very logical. Be very, very honest with yourself when you're marking. Don't put emotions into it. So when you see your points, mark your points. When you see that there are no points here, don't give yourself the points. And do this. Obviously, when you do it the first time, you will not get a perfect score, but I want you to do it again. Keep doing it until you have a perfect score. If you don't have a perfect score, do it again. If you don't have a perfect score again, do it again. And keep marking yourself until you have a perfect score in all the questions that you have solved. After you have now gotten a perfect score, you've solved all the questions, you've gotten a perfect score. Now the goal is now to understand the course. Make sure you understand. To understand, you have to keep going over everything now in your head while you're washing plates. If you are someone who partakes in extracurricular activities, which I advise you to partake in, singing, dancing, acting, sports activities, while you're doing those things, if anything comes to your mind that relates to what you're studying in school, don't shove it up and say, what's the meaning of this score? Rather, try to remember it. Just allow your mind to go over it. It helps you to understand it better. So that's understanding. And another way to also help you to understand your course better is the final point, which is practicalize. So this is where things get really interesting. You don't have to cram any course if you can use this method. To practicalize what you have learned just basically means to relate what you have learned to the everyday things that you do in life. For example, when I teach my students materials engineering, I first of all tell them that materials are everywhere in life, so it's the easiest course that they can ever learn. So anywhere they look at, they see materials. Some of my students, while they are eating, they're like, "Ma, which type of material is this?" They hold the spoon, they're like, "Which type of material is it? Is this a steel or an aluminium?" Or so it makes their mind always constantly think and relate it to real life experiences. So whatever course you are learning, you definitely can relate it to real life experiences, and it helps the knowledge to stick better. So the goal is not really the goal is to pass the exam with 5.0, but the goal, first of all, is to allow that knowledge to be stuck in your neocortex. When the knowledge is in your neocortex, 5.0 will be the smallest thing, honestly. Getting perfect grades will be the smallest thing, because that means you will be able to get the knowledge from your neocortex. You'll be able to get the knowledge from your memory easily anytime it is needed. I really hope this episode helped you. It has helped me as a lecturer. As you're a student, I'm wishing you the best in your exam. I really hope you get a 5.0 or a first class, or your grades get better. Good luck with your exam. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe, like, and share, and leave a comment below if you learned something, or maybe if you have a comment. If you want me to help you with academic consultations, I'm going to be giving just one. Let me not stretch it. One person, free academic consultation. I will stay with you through thick and thin until your grades get better. First class is the least that you will get. I will stay with you. I will teach you how you will go through it, through education or through your academics, and you keep getting a first class or a 5.0. So if you're interested in this, just type "I need help" in the comment section below. Who knows, maybe you will be the one to win the gift of academic consultation. Just write "I need help" in the comment section below, and then we'll select the winner of this academic consultation. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye. See you on another episode. Bye. you are going into an exam, or as long as you want to understand anything better, you have to practicalize it. Jesus.